Heyo everybody, what's up? Tom here, back at you with another video. And today, we're continuing Smith of Kitava, Bear, Badass, Fury of the King. It's sick, we're continuing it. I have been enjoying the builds. I almost, when I was in like T12s, kind of like was about to put this character down and start a new character and go plant druid. It didn't. I pushed through and I got the upgrades I needed to make it actually like T15 viable, and so now I'm actually having a lot of fun. I'm not like giga juicing or anything. I'm usually running 5 mod maps. I kind of need to get to where I'm able to do 6 mod maps. The problem with 6 mod maps is if you die once, you lose a map. And it's so bad for sustain because then you need to put another map in there to run it, and you don't get any rewards from it really when you're on that shit. So I like having at least one retry so that like if something kills me, I'm able to like figure out what killed me and then kind of make adjustments. So in other words, the way that I need to deal with that is I just need to get tankier. And I have ways of doing that. So right now I've got 2356 life, which is, you know, not good, not terrible. Somewhere in between good and terrible. Armor. When I'm in bear, I gotta make sure I'm in bear form here. Armor is 24. I need to get that up. So I need to get my life and armor up. Now, I do know I can get some life from my passive tree, from my ascendancy. There's also life on the tree, but I don't have enough points for it. I would need to take out of damage. And right now, the damage I do enough damage, but like, I'm not like, doing so much damage that like I'm just blasting everything. It's not even close. Like I do enough, but it's kind of close. I don't think I can lose a lot of damage. So I need to figure out my defenses situation. There's also life regen, but it's like, how do you get that? How do I feel like I need life, armor, and regen to really be, like, tanky. Because the other thing is the life leech on this build is not good because you're doing mostly elemental damage. So...
Have an order?
Well, let's see what I got here. Please be good. Please be divs. Nope. What, I just sell some maps? Just some random shit. Alright, so... We're selling... We're too expensive here.
Price drop.
So I'm gonna start cutting here. So I do want these things to sell. Let's go 20. That's probably way overpriced, but you know, we'll see.
That's better. You may have been dreaming before.
Go 45 to 40. 20 to 15. 60 to 45. 2 to 1. I wish there was a faster way to do this, but there's not, so I'm just... Okay, 7 to 5.
That's
Probably
better.
way overpriced, but I wasn't sure.
Before.
60 to 45. 30 to 20. 1 div to 60 chaos.
price drop.
Am I gonna do all these? No. Let's just let those sit. Okay, so I need a dump tab that I'm gonna use specifically for mapping. We're gonna do that right now. It's gonna be a different color and everything. Why do I have two things in this tab? These are garbage items. Let's just destroy them. Okay. Because I want to map fast here. It's going to need to be down here. Yeah, I don't really use these for selling anymore. I need to do something different with these tabs. What could I do? I already have all my affinities set up. I guess I just use those for like other builds, I guess. Let's just leave them. They're just extra at this point. The important thing is I have a dumpster. So now I can literally just open up this tab, identify everything, and then without looking, of course, uniques. Okay, no tablets. I'm going to put into the tablet tab. Okay. And then obviously these are unique. So these grand projects, what are these going for nowadays? Let's get Exiled Exchange up. There's no other game that's as engaging as Path of Exile, as far as I'm concerned. The trade economy, I think, is so interesting. It makes you actually have to care about the time that you spend doing it. Let's see what these tabs are going for nowadays. 30 Exalt. Those have all sold within the last 20 minutes. So, 30 Exalt. How much do the Crisis fragments cost?
Have an order?
Aren't two of them cheap? This one's expensive, right? So chaos, it's gonna be 61. Hello guys, how are you doing? Norman Lusk and Xavier Rentaria, what is up? Thanks for dropping by. I'm just doing a quick little currency assessment, see what I'm working with here before I get into maps. Because I do want to fight the Arbiter so that I can just have better tablets. That's important. How much is a Chaos in terms of divs? 74 to 60. Okay, so this is much cheaper. This is much cheaper in Chaos than it is in divs. And then how much are the other ones? Do you play this game, Xavier? Alright, 25. $15, so that's 40. So 15, so it's a div and 25 chaos orbs is what I would have to spend. And these things are each, well, so no, 40. Those are the two, because I already, the thing is, oh, you don't play. All right, so I'm not going to talk about the game in that way. In that case, what do I want to do? Let's look at my map here. So we've got Geonor here, and we've got Geonor here. Oh, no, this is Doriani. So I've got 2 Dorianis. Wait, I already ran this tower? And I didn't use my tab on it? Oh no. That's so fucked up. Here is Geonor. Alright, so if I want to do this, I just go here. Nice, we got a little boss map. I want to save a little bit of currency. This is not going to take that long. I don't want to do temporal chains. Don't want to do chilled ground. Alright, I'm going to need to alch these. And we're going to put 1 more exalt on each of these. We've got a deserted desert. I don't know how they come up with this stuff. And yeah, pretty much. Most of the time we're just using this move. So yeah, when I do this, I create these fissures and also do damage. And then when I walk, I proc the fissures to explode just by taking steps. But that's only when I'm in this special form. And so sometimes the best damage that you can do is just walking around if you're in that form. Okay. Nothing there.
Pitiful! Weakling!
No, this is the one I already did. Whoops.
Come here!
You sensed it too, did you? Spirit is near. The wisp. Here we go. Pick up the pace.
Weakling!
Keep on him. Oi, it's getting away. Oh, it got away.
Oh, what did I went the wrong way. Is there anything over here? No.
Come here! No challenge!
We're here in Tashir. What's going on in Tashir?
Yes.
And
think
physics
we
cut the
are-
shit if you need to.
I think it's the morning. Okay. The camera opens on Riven, waking up in our nice rooms, Neil. I know this is only a small town, but they've got a, what qualifies as
staying
a
with-
keep,
we're
right?
staying with the
yeah,
keep
we're
guy,
staying
yeah.
with the Lord, yeah. So I'm in nice furnishings. I wake up, I walk up to my little window. I look across the open plains. I see the mountains that we traveled through recently in the distance, and I think today is a good day for killing some bugbears. And then I gather my shit. I see my beautiful olive boots. I slip them on, and I head down the stairs to the to the breakfast room or whatever, and get ready to meet the party.
Okay. What is the atmosphere in the room? Is this a joyous situation where people are feasting and getting ready to go out on this, bugbear slaying adventure? Is this a tense moment where we're contemplating our fates and the fact that we might not survive this?
I'm getting everybody hyped up, Neil. All
Yeah.
of the people who are going to come with me.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating. I'm eating. I'm feasting. I'm saying my magic is going to protect you. I'll be able to heal everybody if you get injured. We're going to kill some bugbears. We're going to rid this realm of these monstrous beasts who are stealing from you. And then you're a 6-7, Joe.
And glory!
As Cedric is doing this, I go up to Zephyr and I say, Zephyr, are we planning to do this all in one day, or are we gonna camp out there?
I think it's a matter of what happens on the ground. I look at the maps. How far away do we think that the hobgoblin location is?
Yeah, so let's take a look at the map of Ferodia right here. The location is up this valley. And you've been told that, the end spot is maybe 15 miles from town, depending on, how the crow flies and whatnot. 10, 15 miles away. So you can get there with everybody by the end of the day. A larger party does tend to travel more slowly than a small party. You'll be going uphill a little bit, along a river area. You know where you're supposed to be going, because this guy, this young knight,
He's just come from there.
he's just come from there. He knows where he's headed. You'll have your people with you. So,
Well,
by late afternoon,
I'm wondering-
we'll be there.
I'm wondering because if me and Elijah and we need to rest in between. If we can rest in between battles and get our spells back. Same for Enza as well. That's going to help. Otherwise, maybe I'll hold fire in the first encounters.
Yeah, so so with this knowledge, I'll explain to Riven. I'll say, well, basically what we're doing is we're going to lay siege. We're bringing laborers, we're bringing soldiers. People will dig. We'll dig embankments for defense. We'll set up a camp. Like, we're going to basically create like a dirt fortress where we can retreat to, where we have a defensive advantage if things go badly for us. Sort of like, if you're familiar with siege, this is basically a siege because we're attacking a fortified position. So what do you do when you attack a fortified position? You build your own fortified position outside of it in an improvised way. Like, that's actually what you do, right? Like, but you don't build it out of permanent materials, you build it out of dirt and you build it out of wood. And like, there's like these things that you create. They're like embankments where, like, on your side it's really shallow so you can go up it easily and fight down, but on the enemy facing side it's really steep so it's hard to get up. And it basically gives you a hill defense
because we can out-heal them.
Yeah,
correct. Or you can do the inverse where you dig like a trench where you know, depending on the type of enemy. You can also do a combination where you have a small incline with a trench in front and then the ground, and then that will get filled with water, so if they fall back into it, it sucks. If they're wounded and they get away, they're likely to get infected because it's standing water, so on. It's like, there's lots of like these, like, this is just knowledge I've picked up from like learning about sieges and stuff that I would have, but not necessarily that my character would have. But the basic idea is, you know, she spent a little time reading in the library, so maybe she read a treatise on warfare.
I mean, you come from a long line of your position. You know, this is probably stuff you've been learning for generations.
Yeah. So essentially, you build sort of like you build a camp that has earthen embankments around it that give you a defensive advantage that you can retreat to, and you can also it gives you protection from fire too, because if you have an embankment, you can very easily build like a little wooden cover over it. That means if anything's coming down on top of you, you're way more covered, so there's like a narrow slit through which enemy forces have to shoot.
I love it. Let's definitely do that. Okay.
I could like sketch it all out, but it's the sort of thing that, like, if you have enough manpower, you could build it in a day or two.
We should explain it to the Lord so he knows that we need laborers, and also we should speak to the prince or, you know, the lordling, and ask him if he knows and maybe like where the best spot for it would be.
This could also be good because we can bring a ton of troops and not necessarily use them all. We can just have them back at like the quote unquote encampment and just bring the ones that we want.
We could go in for little skirmishes and come back.
Yeah.
Let's start by scaling down some of our expectations around the manpower we're going to receive. Tashir is a small backwater. Their army is the young lord who leads it, plus a couple of men-at-arms and a handful of archers. So you can bring the lordling. I think his name is Kel Nicholas Babinal. And you can bring up to 8 archers. He's going to need some infantry to stay in the town. He's not going to like take all of the army out of the town. He needs folks around for personal protection from would-be usurpers and any other monsters that might happen to wander through in the area. So you can definitely take those. If you would like to pay peasants to come and be laborers for you, you're more than welcome to hire anybody who wants to come along with you.
Sure, I mean, we can do that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I think it's a cool idea. Let's do it.
I think it's a really good idea because we can out-heal all of these fuck boys.
Yeah, our power regenerates, theirs doesn't.
All right, Neil, how much for, I don't know, 40 peasants for a day?
4 gold a day.
Per peasant?
No, for 40.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll pay for 50 peasants then. I'm taking 5 gold off my sheet.
Well, that's per day. So it'll be a day to get up there, and then how many days do you want them, and then a day to get back. And they'll want to know ahead of time how long they're going to be gone, because not everybody can leave their house for a week. You know, you've got May. It's planting season. You know, they're busy. They got shit to do.
I'll take off 20 gold. So that's 4 days.
4 days of 50 peasants.
Can we bring 50 peasants? Like,
let me take a look.
Elijah's a little bit worried about the logistics of keeping like a group of like 50 people fed and warm and.
Well, there's a river.
But you still now need to bring them food and places to sleep. Like now, you want to bring
we're
50
sleeping
people.
on the ground,
You can
motherfucker.
do
We're
it.
all sleeping on the ground.
Like, I doubt they have 50 bedrolls.
Well, listen, I don't think we need 50 people to make the fort for only 12 people, 13, 14 people.
That's true,
The
yeah.
population of
How many would we need
Tashir is 1,200. It's a very, and that is old, young, everything in between, right? So maybe a third of that is your working population.
So this is also
so
a
400.
mission that we're doing for this town.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the logistical side of it can be figured out by someone else who's probably helping with this task, and we can just pay
Elijah
the
could
gold
help,
for
I
the
would
peasants.
assume.
Well,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
but also I do want to call up here that at any point in time, this lord could spend all of this money and get all these peasants and march up there and do that stuff. I mean, he hasn't for whatever reason. What you're offering now
his
is
son
to
got taken.
spearhead this invasion and be the front line. So, you know, he's willing to help out with this, but
Return to death.
Can we do some analysis of how much manpower we need to build?
How many men are we bringing with us?
he can lend
8
you
archers.
up to 8 archers and his son.
That's
Let's
it.
do
8
that.
archers, his son.
So that's
and then
9
of course
soldiers,
5.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we want like a frontline position for 9 archers. So we're probably going to want twice that in labor. Then we're probably going to want to have 20 guys.
Okay. And then can I just throw money at this problem so we don't have to sort it all out?
In theory,
Food and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. How much? 20 people
we want to bring 20 people
for 5 days in total.
5 days in total. Let me just do some quick math over here.
It's 3 days of working.
Yep. 1 day going back.
And
They'll still
then
pay for
we're
it.
going to need to bring food and supplies for all these people. So we're going to need to we're going to need probably a week of downtime while someone runs to day run to go get supplies. It'll take them 2 days to get to day run, a few days to buy
I think we would have
gear.
already hopefully been doing this because we had a bunch of downtime.
We were waiting for the sun to come back, right?
Lock is
Yeah.
unbreakable.
Yeah, that's fine. Then
Sketching the fortifications.
we need a bunch of supplies. We should do.
We can help with the
This time.
construction of the thing as well.
We should be on
Yeah.
Overwatch versus like manual grunt labor.
Yeah.
I
This
feel
piece
like
has an iconic history.
us coming in here and being like, yo, let's do this, guys. All right, everyone, go build a fort. And then we're just standing there with our arms crossed watching. I feel like it's not going to leave a good impression on these people.
For 60 gold, you can hire these people for 5 days and fully supply them and equip them.
Why are we...
Well, guys, we're gonna get so much more out of this fucking bugbear cave, and it's better to be safe than sorry. So I think we do it.
How much gold do we have?
I have 215 on me.
I know this sounds wacky, but we're like, hear me out as to why we want to build this fortress thing. Let's say we go into the inside. We're taking them all out, but we need to retreat. Now we're getting harried all the way back to town, 15 miles. Whereas we can just make it back to our little earthen fort and we're safe.
I'm on board.
Strats, yeah.
It's worth it. Let's do it. 60 gold. I mean, it sounds steep, but yeah, fuck it.
Okay. And the implicit agreement here is that these are laborers who will follow sort of behind the party. They are not fighting. They will run before they fight 100% of the time.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I expect them to defend themselves if they get into a situation where they can't run, but yeah.
Sure. I mean, they're not going to just sit down and die. They'll either surrender or flee. They probably surrender rather than fight to the death. Is the vibe of these people. They're not warriors. They're here to live.
That's fine. I'd rather them run than try and fight.
Perfect.
They're paid.
Yeah.
They
Done.
got families and shit.
Yeah. Great.
So the question is, where do we build it? Because we don't want to build it too close where they can like come at us while we're building it, right? But we also don't want it to be
a
too
bit away.
far.
Well,
We can't retreat
so-
to it.
here, I'm going to have to share a picture.
Jay, bring us
Where
to a
you-
fresh
where you
page where you can doodle.
No, he's already doing
I have the doodles.
Oh.
So basically,
upload images
this
into
is the-
Roll20.
let's see,
If
this
you
is the
send it
type
to
of
Neil,
thing that,
Neil will be able to pull it in for you.
yeah. So this is the type of thing you can actually build really quickly because it uses a very clever technique where basically if you have a flat piece of land, whatever you dig out of here, you put here, and you can basically do this with the land. So you just create like a differential. It will not last very well through rain without reinforcement, but it will, like, you can get it up and running really fast. So like, here's the picture I'll show you. So you only have to dig out like a couple of feet of actual
Yeah, you
like
dig 2
earth.
feet down and you stack it up, and all of a sudden you've got a 4-foot differential.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say. So we don't actually have to dig that much out. And since we only need the width of 9 people to be able to make this defensive position, because that's how many archers are going to be shooting out of it, let's say, we, I mean, it doesn't need to be that long, right? And then we just need to have like a tent in the center that's safe, and then maybe some fires outside to light up the hillside.
I think they're gonna all figure this out, and we got our 20 people to do it, and we're gonna go in there, we're gonna kill bugbears, and we're gonna get a bunch of gold, and we're gonna smoke out of this village and do weed.
All right.
Let's go.
It's time to march up the valley. There are 4 of you, 2 named NPCs, 8 unnamed archers, and 20 folks hauling, some supplies in rented or borrowed equipment, little wagons pulled by donkeys. This whole
Hey,
group
Bazinga.
will take. Yeah, he was one of
Would
the
I-
2 unnamed or named NPCs.
Would I be able to borrow a horse
Nope. You
from the
can.
Lord?
Don't rent a horse. It's 70.
Don't rent a horse. It's not worth it if it
Don't do
dies
it. It's
75.
not worth it.
He's
Well,
got
it's
a
more so
horse.
that we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
an
He'll
outrider
lend you
who
a
can-
horse. He'll lend you his son's
Oh.
horse to lead the party.
That's nice.
It's mostly just so while we're marching up there, like I can be a little bit ahead and like scouting out. Yeah, exactly.
Bazinga,
As for,
which spells have you taken today?
Oh, okay.
Magic missile. It's
What
the
else do you
the
have?
best combat spell I've got.
What other spells do you have?
Well, I'm early on in
very
my
personal
studies, and magic is exceedingly difficult. This is the one thing I have that's useful for this situation. I've never fancied myself much of a fighter, but was blessed enough to learn this early on.
I dap him up and I say, well, when we get you to bigger schools of magic, I know a lady who can teach you lightning bolt and fireball.
Oh, how exciting!
All right, there we go.
He looks nervous over the
Lorenzo,
prospect of fireballing people.
Not right away after that conversation, but at some point during our march, because we're marching all day, aren't we? Mm-hmm. I come up to him and I say, make sure you look after yourself during this fight.
What do you mean?
Just, stay in the back. Don't put yourself in too much danger.
Do you think
It's gonna be a
people are
big
going to
battle.
die?
I look at him.
I mean,
Not us.
yeah, we're not. I think what they're saying is we're not going to die if we stay safe.
It's going to be dangerous, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
But, let's just keep your wits about you. Make sure you've got all of your best fighting spells.
Yeah, it's just even a seasoned fighter like me who can take out multiple goblins in one strike. I sometimes, and I hate to admit this, get a little bit overzealous in combat and get just a little bit too far out there. And just like that, you can be knocked out. Now your party is to be swarming all around you. Now, obviously, you're not going to die. I like, this has happened to me. I didn't die or anything, but I'm just saying, it pays to be a little bit more careful.
Okay. They've always called me clumsy, so I'll try and be careful. He says with his 4 dexterity? 5 dexterity.
What a-
5 dexterity.
Don't
Twice
remind
as
me.
smart as he is dexterous,
All right.
which is impressive.
Okay, party. Who is leading the party? And what's our marching order? Are we putting all the peasants in the very back? Are we splitting our warriors in the front and back? How are we managing risk as we go up this valley?
Peasants in the middle,
No,
archers in the back.
Yeah, I think the party at the front with Zephyr leading, then the peasants, and then the archers and the knight.
Yeah, archers and knight in the very back, and then we're all in the front. Yeah, that's how I was thinking.
Okay.
Yep. And
But can I have a conversation with the knight on the way, Neil? We don't have to do it right now.
Absolutely.
You want to ERP with Neil, really?
I just want to ask him, So I come up to when I say, this is during the day as we're marching. So you've been fighting these bugbears for a long time.
They've been raiding us for a long time, and we'll take a couple of goblins every now and then, but by and large, we haven't had a lot of real battles, you know? Lots of skirmishing, that sort of thing.
We've had a few encounters with them. They seem pretty ferocious and pretty determined, at least the big ones. They don't seem to run quickly. But, you know, maybe they'll act different when they're the ones under attack.
Hmm.
You think that they'll fight to the death, or do you think they'll retreat if we start winning?
The bugbears? Or the goblins?
Bugbears. They got young to defend.
He thinks solemnly for a moment. I think if it's close, they'll fight to the death. I think if it's one-sided, they'll probably flee.
And did they keep you in the fortification?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a...
It's an underground, abandoned, ruined dwarven settlement, but it was so dim in there. They all have dark vision, night vision. I don't. They'd have a couple of lights and lanterns here and there to help illuminate the area, but I was sitting in darkness mostly. Little bits could I see here, there, refuse on the ground, old dwarven stonework with fountains still flowing, but also large crevasses that have ripped open the lair. You know, just descend, I don't know, it could be a couple of feet or it could be miles into the earth.
Fascinating. Well, we'll get a proper look at it once they're all dead. But don't worry, I can see in the dark too. I give him a wink.
He nods, encouraged by this valor you present.
Yeah, all right, well, keep an eye on our rear. I'll catch up once we get there. And I run up to the front of the line.
Okay. You just add some laborer tokens to the map because they weren't here before.
Tato, are you doing a chant to speed up everybody or no?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. When I'm actually with the party, my plan is to chant, so everyone will be chanting our war songs so we're faster. But when I'm not chanting, I will be just like riding a circle around it just to check, basically, like on a horse.
Okay.
Also, before we left, Neil... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just basically being an outrider, scouting in a circle, and then going back to the front of the party.
I would have cast Bless on every single person. It only takes me like 30 minutes to do this. So
Absolutely.
Everybody is blessed.
I could help too.
What's this look like, Cedric? Do we all line up? And then
I think everybody's kind of like getting all of the stuff on the carts or getting their horses together, and I'll just go up to everybody and I'll basically do like.
I think we make it out of a cool ritual actually, where it's like this is like because like we're hyping people up, right? We want their morale to be high.
Yeah.
So this is like, you know, at the start of a battle in like medieval times when you would have like a friar walk in front of the lines of soldiers, like throwing holy water on them. It's a bit like that, where everyone's like, you have everyone kneeling. And we're like giving like you know, by the grace of Martha, by the grace of Malchus,
and they're feeling the magic in them too.
Yeah.
They feel it.
Yeah.
The two of you
Give it that nice look.
bless these laborers, these archers, these warriors, this mage, these two sorcerers with you. You throw your blessings upon the party. Martha and Malchus restore their faith, fill their hearts, and brace them for what is to come.
During the march, Elijah wants to kind of talk to a few people. He kind of wants to, his goal is to scope out, like obviously there's a pretty simple hierarchical structure here, right?
He wants to know what to look up to. Yeah.
So it's, but that's not really what's interesting to him. What's interesting to him is even a group like this is going to have, there's going to be some internal, like political kind of, you know, there's the guy that everybody listens to if he says something, even though he's not technically in charge and stuff like that, right? And he just kind of wants to learn people's names and, you know, who they kind of look up to and who seems to be like just like kind of watching
Yeah.
in the groups, like what
yeah.
person seems to be like the guy who everyone's listening to, even though he's not technically in charge, and then maybe go talk to that person, learn their name and stuff like that.
Roll me a D229.
Very specific.
It's good. It's a good number.
That's a good number.
Now, the person everybody looks up to, his name is Bradley. Common plebeian name, but Bradley is a singer. He's the guy who's got a good attitude. He's helping you rile everybody up. He's got some marching songs. He knows the ones that, oh my God, Zephyr knows. Like, Zephyr starts singing these songs, Bradley joins in right away. Bradley's got a handsome smile, just the right amount of beard, clear eyes, you know, good hair, strong back, just a really nice, pleasant attitude. He's the sort of person that everyone wants to be a friend to, and who seemingly moves through society with grace and ease. Bradley's the man.
This guy is sleeping with people's wives. 100%.
Yeah, Elijah's gonna talk to Bradley a little bit, just get to know him. Not even in like a he wants to suck up to him kind of way, but Elijah thinks that it's probably useful to have a direct line to the person who these people look up to. Like if imagine we get attacked and there's a panic, right?
Right.
Elijah wants to be close to. He doesn't want to have to like, no, everyone get here, blah, blah. He wants to have a direct line to the person who they all listen to. So if he can convince Bradley can probably get everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. Elijah, you're trying to make friends with Bradley, or at least get in contact with him. It's easy enough to chat him up without spending too much time on this intricate detail. I'd like you to make me a charisma check just to see how, how things progress with you and Bradley. Amazing. You know what? Bradley likes you. He does.
Yeah.
You go up to talk to him. He listens for minutes before interrupting you. He shakes your hand. He says that we should toss your name, Elijah, the inventor, into the part of one of these marching songs. One of these marching songs about like, and this great person did this thing, and that great person did that thing, and Elijah the inventor. And then he'll talk to you about the sorts of things you know. Oh, you're really good with numbers? Oh, so it's not Elijah the inventor. It's Elijah the calculator, and he came in and he mathed the situation so hard that, like, there was extra food left over at the end of the year for everybody. He's Elijah the feaster. Yeah, let's call him that.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, Elijah likes that name a lot. He's gonna... He might bring that one up a couple more times. All right, they're getting along. Elijah's not a very good singer, but... he's gonna try his best to sing along, and it's gonna be a jolly old time. He's enjoying it.
Charisma check for the singing.
I don't know what I've been told. Bugbear food tastes like mold.
Elijah's
party-
been saving plenty gold. 24 on
You
the
passed it, yeah.
performance.
Nice.
The party's doing great. We're coming up the
Everybody's happy.
valley. We're headed for the Bugbear Lair.
Wait, I've got a question to Zephyr though. What happens if they just run around the embankment?
And go to the town.
No, like, because it's just a line, right? What happens if they just run around?
No,
and
it's
attack
a
us from the
square.
sides? Oh, it's a square. Okay, cool.
It's a square.
Sick.
Zephyr Shepherd. Friend
How's it going?
to many. There's a die roll I need you to make right now.
All right, I'm typing right now.
All
Yeah,
right.
Nick's not making
You
it.
need high on this number. However, after accounting for everything the party has done, you're going to be rolling a d10 at -2, which is bad.
That's easy, bro.
What surprise?
What are you talking about? I'm gonna hit it like an 8 here.
Have an order?
Boom.
God damn. That's my leader.
Neil's furious.
That's my overseer right there,
Someone is
baby.
bound to
True.
find it.
You're walking up this valley. There's a river that divides it. the knight tells you which side of the river the entrance was on, so you're on that side of the river. And you're up here on your horse, going up and down the line, taking a look at people and things. And one of these moments where you're gazing out across the valley that you're marching through, you see on a small island raised up out of the river with rocky slopes and only a single tree, there's a goblin hiding under the shade of the tree, low to the ground, watching the party as you're coming up the valley. Now, how you spotted this goblin is beyond me. Yeah, you rolled incredibly, but maybe he moved. Maybe the goblin like repositioned or sat up to get a look at something and then sat back down, and your eyes look over, and after a moment of looking, you resolve that there's this creature with this, ugly snot yellow colored skin, these like floppy-ish ears that are just a little too long. He's got like a small wooden shield that he's clasping in one hand as he like lifts himself up and then lowers himself down. Dirty rags made of animal hides cling to this creature's body. It's just one, and he's alone on this little island that's like half in the water, half out of the water, but it's got like steep cliffs around it. So it'd be like a 15-foot climb up to where this one tree is providing shade. It's just one goblin. What do you do about it?
For as long as you can fight.
I have an innate sense of evil. Now, there's a few things that came to mind that I could do about this. I could go to the archers and get them to shoot them, but I actually know exactly who I should go to in this situation. And I sort of fall back slightly on my horse, and I lean over and I start talking to Lord Bazingo, and I start telling him that there's a goblin on the island to our, it's over there on the left, and I need you to magic missile him because I think it's a scout, and I need you to make sure he dies.
Actually, genius. I would have thought.
Yeah, that's genius.
Barenza nods. Yeah, of course, my lord. He heads over.
And so
you point out the goblin, or how does it go?
What I do is, so as not to alert the goblin, I'm like riding around and I'm not looking towards the goblin, but then I call it and say, Barenza, what's that? But I'm pointing like 40 degrees to the right of the goblin, so the goblin looks like I'm pointing over there.
Yeah, you're pointing up the valley.
And then when he's standing beside me, I shift my hand and I go, on the island, get him! And then he, Super Saiyan.
How far is the goblin at this point? I just want to check.
120 feet.
Okay.
The range of magic missile is 80 yards for Barenza, the second level wizard, which is 240 feet. So well within range. Barenza turns. He spots the goblin. They roll initiative against each other.
Right?
He does.
We got 3 casts. Yeah, I think he's guaranteed to be dead almost.
He gets one missile that comes off of him. 1d4 plus 1 damage. Since you're the one calling out Barenza's thing, why don't you roll me 1d4 plus 1 damage?
I would love to roll you 1d4 plus 1 damage. And this is going to be a 2.
Oh, it rips into the goblin, who is just drops to the ground dead. A little bit of blood splatter against the tree. Barenza's hand begins to shake slightly. I think I did it.
That was sick, Barenza.
Yeah.
I turn to him and I say, you might have saved a lot of lives with that. I believe that was a scout, and if we hadn't detected him and taken care of him, they might have gotten a jump on all those laborers back there, and they can't fight. You're a hero, Bert. Bazooka.
Bazinga.
It's a good job you're here. I pat him on the back.
Zephyr, and I put a hand on his shoulder. It's Baronzo.
It's actually Barenza.
That's what I said. Barenza, right? Yeah, it's just Stars Bay accent. So.
Ah, right, of course.
Does the word bazooka mean anything in this universe? Because I kind of want to nickname him the Magic
What
Missile
he just
bazooka.
did was a bazooka.
It's a type of chewing gum. Yeah.
You're the bazooka.
You just chew them up and blow bubbles
I'm
out
going
of
to give
them?
him a new nickname.
Because they pop like bubbles when you chew gum.
Lord Barenza, the Bombard of Aknara.
Wow.
He's so
That's,
cool.
that's a very fancy name. I mean, I don't know if I quite deserve something that lordly, but thank you.
Listen, when you're a kid, sometimes you put on a pair of shoes that are a little too big for you. These shoes are just too big for you right now. You'll grow into them.
Zeph, do you think we need to go get the goblin or just leave him there?
Let's make sure he's
know.
dead.
We should at least go check if he's dead. But like, I don't know how deep and fast that river is. I don't know if we can.
The island's
Riven
like
is
half
fast,
on
jump on
land,
it.
half on river. When the river's really flowing, in the late spring when everything warms up, the river will be larger and swell the banks, and then it'll be an island. But now in the early spring, before the snow's fully melted, it's at a low point. Yeah.
I'll
We'll
run
get
up
some,
there
we'll
and
stop,
just go
get
and
some
check.
water, and go check it. Yeah.
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 The party
let's go
comes
check
on
it.
over, takes a look. You can climb this wall, or someone can eventually scramble up, or a couple people can hoist each other. And sure enough, it's just the one goblin here. He's got a shield and a short sword and a whistle, or a whistle-like mechanism. Not the nice little small one. It's a little bit longer. It's like a flute whistle thing.
Okay.
I
If he's
take
got
the
a
whistle,
whistle,
Neil.
does
I
that
take
mean
it.
we're close?
Yeah, that sounds like we're quite close. I take the whistle, Neil.
Please add one
All right.
goblin whistle to your character sheet.
Yeah.
It weighs half a pound.
Oh, fuck. This could be a really good distraction, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes. I actually think this is the whistle goblins blow when hobgoblins are beating them up. They're like, no, please, help me, fellow goblins.
All right. Well, the party marches on from this encounter. We don't even need to go to a map for it.
Perfect.
It's not the only danger we're encountering on our way here. I'm going to need you, leader, to make us another check. Same roll, actually. D10 -2.
See, the problem is I've primed the dice, and this is gonna be a mid to bad roll.
Oh my god!
A
He's out of
9
control.
or a 7, actually.
damn.
Sorry, modified 7.
You're cooking.
I'm worried I'm gonna get into combat here and start rolling like dog
that
shit.
as well.
Bazinga's going to handle it again.
You are coming up this valley on this horseback, and you know what? You see something up on one of these ridges. Everyone else is marching in a double column, like you ought to. Everyone follows the same path. No one's getting lost. No one's tripping or falling. And you look up on this cliffside, and you notice, buddy, there's like all these rocks up on a cliff, like cliffs have. But you are able to catch that there's actually like a long log that sits underneath these rocks. Oh my god! It's a goblin ambush or a bugbear ambush, some sort of log and rock mechanism that can be pushed out of location, causing the rocks to come tumbling down to anything that's below it. Now, you don't see any goblins up there. These things obviously aren't built on the fly. They're built and kept in place. Maybe no one's manning it, but there's definitely a trap up there. A year-round, deadly rock-falling trap.
I give the party the little the little pump fist where I'm like, I tell them to stop, and I grab my wardens and I say we need to go check this out, and I point out the rocks on the cliff above.
It's way up on a cliff. It'll take some climbing checks to get up there. It's probably
How high up is it?
10, 30, 20, 40, 80 feet up. Yeah.
How far can you jump with the jump spell, Nick?
30 feet.
There's a series of smaller ledges. It's not a sheer cliff until you get there. It's sort of like a, it's a hillside. There would be more than one place you'd have to climb to get up there. If you're jumping, I don't think there's any single gap that's larger than 30 feet. You could jump
Okay.
spell
I
up
could
there.
get there.
Jump up and then
I could cast it on. No, I could cast it on one of us. But if I
cast it
go
on
up
me,
there
and then
on
I'll
my...
drop down a rope.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, but what if there's like enemies up there? You're probably best equipped to
I
fight
can
them,
probably
aren't you?
best deal with them, yeah.
Yeah, anyone
okay.
that's climbing this cliff or jumping up this cliff will immediately be seen if there is somebody up there. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're all on the
Okay.
same page. We're gonna.
No, I think Cedric is the best option. So I will. All right, make sure you're ready for a fight, Cedric, because they're gonna see you if they're up there.
Yeah, I'll get the archers to
Yeah, get him to ready shots.
on alert to guard like every possible direction of attack.
These
Is there
guys
just
have
some other
red
way around
bars
this,
because I
Neil? Just
randomized
out of
their
curiosity?
HP. These are your dudes. They're safe. Don't worry about the red bars.
Is there just some other way
also-
around this, Neil?
No.
Sorry.
It's up the valley. It's on one side of the valley. I guess you could maybe take everyone, go back down the valley and walk up the other side of the river, but then you're gonna have to cross at another point.
We can trigger it.
Yeah, I'll also be on the lookout for walls of fog and stuff like that. That could be well positioned. It seems like pretty good here to get us into a better position if we find that we're like ambushed from like multiple sides. We can at least block one side off or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you did kill the goblin scouts, so maybe they don't know. On the other hand, the goblin scout wasn't too terribly far away. He was just down here. So maybe they've seen you guys come down and take a look at the scout and come back up.
All right.
Wait,
Cast
before you
jump on
go,
me.
do you think I should blow the whistle as you jump up?
No.
I think we should save that for when like
Okay.
we need like. Yeah, I think we should save it. I don't know if now is the right time.
Okay, I cast jump on Cedric, and then I start trying to find a way up myself, which I assume also the others are doing.
I don't know if you want to send everyone up. If you do, then
think you
everyone will
wanna do
need
that,
to
yeah.
make climb checks, which is totally legit.
Let's wait. I'm gonna place down my bag, except for a. No, I'll keep my bag with me. It doesn't matter. I'm light encumbered. All right. Here I go.
You start whoop, jumping up, moving forward, jumping up, making your way up here. You get to about there,
Here's for you.
and I need you to make me a surprise check, but you get some pretty big bonuses because you've already seen this. Our surprise modifiers.
How could he be surprised, Neil?
If you ever have a friend that moves ahead, like when you're a kid, they run down the hall and jump into a room, and you know they're gonna jump out and scare you, and you're like, Ryan, I know you're gonna scare me, but you get to the corner anyway, and they jump out, and you're still spooked. These things still happen.
D10 plus.
+4.
Oh, okay.
Easy
nice.
peasy. I will need you because they pop up. You're ready for them. You're ready. They're ready for you. You're ready for them. A pair of goblins with bows rise up from the ground. A quick initiative between the two of you while the others watch from down below.
Can I see
Not a
them, Neil?
pair of goblins.
Wait, our archers should have a shot ready too, right? So they might want to roll in.
I did say that
I
wanted
told
to
him
have
to be
like the
ready.
archers protecting from each direction.
Oh, did
so
you? I must have
would
missed that.
argue,
Okay.
He did. Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll give
So
the
like
archers
they would be
one
distributed
initiative.
like this. So they would maybe two of them would be in position to maybe get a shot.
All right. Well, the
Because I would have said,
archers and the goblins go simultaneously. Although Riven is rolling in now.
Well, if I can, Neil. I mean, am I alerted that there's a...
So, I think how far are you from each other? 100 feet or so, plus the hill. Yeah, if the archers can roll in, there's no reason you can't roll in. Why doesn't everybody join the party? Go for it, Riven. You're the first one.
Can I see the goblins?
Otherwise, you couldn't roll into initiative.
Yeah. I think for now, I just will run up to like here.
We'll keep you on the
still
low
see them
ground
there?
so we don't have to make any climb checks. Yeah. Riven runs
see them.
forward.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The archers are going to take a bunch of shots. There are 8 of them. The goblins have about 50% cover from the archers' point of view because they're not standing at the very edge of the cliff over them. So -4. The archers need a 17 to hit these guys. Let's do 8d20. No hits. They get 2 attacks per round. Second volley, 1, 2, 3 shots will land amongst the goblins.
Oh, I wasn't expecting all the archers to shoot, but damn, I was like, maybe 1 or 2 of them are in position. Jesus.
No, they're all
This
doing
is sick.
it.
We should just always bring an army of peasants with us.
1, 3, and 2 damage. One of the goblins goes down to the flurry of arrows that shoot up that way. The goblins are both taking shots at Cedric. This is all happening simultaneously, so they're going to get all 4 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16?
Nope. I got
No, because you can wear your shield when you're jumping, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The arrows fall lightly around you, bouncing off your shield, bouncing off your armor. One goblin goes down to counter battery fire. It's your turn, Cedric.
Can I run over here and jump?
You can...
I just don't know speed.
No, you're at light encumbrance, aren't you?
Yep.
Your movement is 90, so you can go 90
Can only,
feet.
can only do 1 jump around as well.
Cool. I'll do this then.
All right. You bound, you jump whoop, 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 all the way up.
I will start chanting a chant of protection on myself. I gain 1 temporary HP or something like that.
Okay. Riven, you can no longer see the goblins. They must have ducked down or ran back at the end of their rate of fire. They've just dropped to the ground, gone from sight.
Right. We're playing that no spells can affect things that you can't see. Correct?
You need to be able to see the thing that you're casting at. I don't...
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to fireball this tree right next to these goblins, you could fireball the tree.
That,
yeah.
But can I cast Taunt on the tree and target goblins?
Put taunt into chat just so we can read it.
They're probably out.
Pretty sure we ruled this in the past, and I think you can cast it. But again, we can reroll.
No, I don't know if we ruled this specific thing.
Yeah, you can do that. 100%.
In theory, I think that I could do that.
It's an AoE, so you know there's goblins up there. You're casting. You need to be able to see the point you're targeting. So you'd have to target like the top of the tree or something that you can see from your location.
Technically, if I target the top of this tree, 30 foot would get me everywhere in this.
Sure.
In this little area, which is where they probably are.
Knowing, of course, that you're targeting the top of the tree, so the ground over here is not necessarily in range.
No, I don't even want to do it, Neil. I instead noticed this over here. What's this?
I'm sorry, I can't see what you're pointing at.
I didn't see what you're
It's like
you
a
probably
little
can't see.
barrier.
Yeah, you see a little wooden fenceway over there. Although don't worry too far what's down the range, because obviously these trees are blocking your view from most of the valley. So, yeah, there's a little wooden
Yeah,
fence
I'm
down
worried
the
about the
road.
goblins running away. So I mean, I think I do run like down here then.
Okay.
I start running down here. I spend my movement, Neil. I can go further than this, but I'll stop if I see something.
Excellent. The archers ready shots. The goblin.
Okay.
Oh, the goblin. Nick, you've done it. The goblin, making visible now. He crawls over. He releases the trap. The rocks come tumbling down. Everything in this path of destruction must make a saving throw versus breath weapon or take huge damage from falling rocks.
Oh no.
You walked directly into their trap and failed your saving throw critically.
Oh my
The rocks
God.
come
Doesn't mean I take
tumbling
more
down.
damage, surely.
No. But you definitely
anyone
take full
can survive
damage.
it. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about that. I guess I was expecting to have run away from the trap.
You will take 18 damage as a huge pile of rocks come tumbling and sliding down this area.
That's crazy. That almost puts me on like half health. Almost.
Shut up.
I'm gonna jump over here.
Yes, Lucas, you can see him on the other side. He's just triggered the ambush. He's crackling to himself, not worried about his dead brethren next to him. He's watching the half-elf get crushed in falling rocks.
I'm gonna go for non-lethal damage here.
Yeah, make me roll to hit at -4.
There you go.
Boom. Critical hit,
Get 4 off
even.
that, but yeah.
Yes.
And then the damage would be that.
Unfortunately, it is a critical hit. I need you to roll me an extra D6 for damage.
There's an extra D6.
There you
another
go.
5.
Oh
Half
my
of
God.
it, we only deal half. So,
Maybe half. I don't remember.
So this
Are you
is
trying
what?
to do non-crit?
Yeah.
Non-lethal.
This is
non-lethal.
13 divided by 2 is 6
6.
damage, half of which is temporary, half of which is real. So 3 real and 3 temporary. You knock the goblin out. He lives.
Cool. I'm gonna tie him up.
I'm going to bring us to another map temporarily.
and then I'm gonna bring him on down.
You can take the rope out of your bag, tie up the goblin, and hop back down. How long does jump last?
Nick?
Oh, plenty of time. Lots and lots of time.
Yeah. D3 plus.
Easy. You and the goblin
Cool.
head back down to the rest of the party.
I climb out from the rocks and eye the goblin as he comes down. Is he shocked to see me alive?
The goblin's unconscious.
He's unconscious. Does anybody speak Goblin here? I asked.
I like the
must,
idea
because
of
we had-
Riven climbing out of the hole like, oh, you thought you got me, but in reality, and then and it's just an unconscious goblin. He had like a whole spin.
All right. No one here with the party speaks Goblin. There is someone back in town who does speak some, but they're not
I
here.
can cast comprehend languages though if we keep him.
I think we should ask him what's up ahead. If they have any
agreed.
more of these like traps, I can heal him up and we can get him back to.
Why would he tell us?
Because we'll kill him if we don't.
otherwise.
And we won't if he does. If he does,
I don't need to kill him.
Ready?
okay.
Let's do this.
Cedric, can I get a heal?
Yeah, I'll toss you a D8.
Let's go.
I'll cure light wounds you as you get ready to comprehend languages. 1d8. There you go. 3 minutes, so 3 rounds.
Don't let
3
it
HP for
escape.
you, and we'll kind of go off to the side a little bit. Take a break and heal this goblin. I'll heal him for. I mean, I guess he goes up to 1 now.
He goes up to 1.
Okay.
All right. The goblin comes back, awake, tied up.
What do you want me to ask him? Cedric, Zephyr?
Ask him
If there's
about
any more traps?
what's up ahead,
Ambushes?
Gotta pick up the pace.
Yeah, ask him for info.
and tell him if he doesn't tell us, we'll kill him.
Okay. I touch the goblin and cast comprehend languages.
Gotta pick up the pace.
You may speak the goblin's language and understand it, right? No, you just understand it.
Cast a... Yeah, but I can still speak his language or not.
Makes gesticulations, allowing them, the caster, to understand any language they are in contact with. To understand the spoken words, you must touch the creature who is speaking. To understand written words, you touch the writing. It does not let the caster speak or write the language, only to understand it.
But I
Translation.
can cast it on one creature per level. So if I cast it on both me and the goblin, can the goblin then understand me and I can understand the goblin?
That makes
Unless-
sense.
Would the goblin try to resist your spell instinctively?
There's no save.
Okay.
It does say a caster may affect themselves and one other creature per level.
That makes sense.
I feel like the spell is designed to allow me to do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
So you'll speak in common, he speaks goblin, but you can understand
we
each other.
understand each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
would you have to? Or would you cast it so?
In fact, I can do it on the whole party.
Ooh.
One
can
creature
do it
per
on-
level, right? So you
Yeah.
can cast.
Me and 4 others. So me, the goblin, Zephyr, Cedric, and Elijah.
You're level 6.
No, I'm level 4, but it says caster may affect themselves and one other creature per level.
I see that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
alright, let's do it.
So you can get the entire party to understand the goblin, and the goblin to understand you. As long, I guess you're always touching yourself, right?
The goblin understands the entire party, or I think we all just
The-
understand each other now.
Understand.
To understand any language they are in contact with.
it'd be
The,
common.
the
then, so
example,
yeah.
the caster could touch a goblin to understand it, but should another nearby goblin also be speaking, the caster could not understand the other goblin. Neither goblin could understand the caster.
It would be to speak to multiple goblins, not to allow multiple people to understand one goblin.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, okay, so it's just me and the goblin then.
Now you die!
Interview with a goblin.
Okay.
I'll interview him.
I
will.
think you can cast it on yourself plus one other creature per level, and then all of those who are affected by the
Can
spell.
understand me.
All
And
those
I
who are
can understand
affected
them.
by the spell can understand what you are touching. So you can cast it on the party and touch the goblin, and you will all understand the goblin. Does that make sense?
Yeah?
Yes.
As long as Nick can talk to the goblin, it doesn't matter to me.
The whole
I
party.
take-
does this, I'm like,
I keep the power for myself now. I just touch myself.
Okay, you
whoa.
I'm the Goblin Master.
you are the Goblin Master.
I am the Goblin Wrangler.
Okay.
Hey, wake up! I knock him around a bit.
The goblin's already been awakened by the healing. Ah!
I have a buyer.
We have captured you, and we will kill you unless you answer our questions.
You'll kill me anyway. Die,
No.
you scum!
I will let you go on my
Half-elf
word
piece of shit!
as a warden.
Your mother
I will
was
let-
as ugly as a toad, and that's high praise by my standards.
Cedric, break his ankle.
Neil, I'll do 1 HP damage to him. I'll pull a fingernail off,
Oh,
Jeez.
Do I see this happening?
that's
Jesus.
no.
Yeah,
You hear
I'll really
break
hold
an
back
ankle.
on this guy. Let me just.
And you see Cedric come on over and dig around in his bag for maybe some blacksmith's pliers.
Well,
that he
let it be known,
keeps.
I just said that because I think if I break his ankle, I think that's
yeah.
materially
No, well,
1 HP worth of
Cedric
damage.
wanders over and draws his mace. Does the
Yeah.
goblin change his tone? You're gonna die now.
The
unless
goblin
you answer
freaks
our
out.
questions.
Yeah!
I say to Cedric, wait, don't do it. He's gonna talk. You gonna answer our questions?
Of course.
Okay,
Of course.
good.
Please cause me no more pain.
We need to know if there's any more ambushes or any more traps up there.
No, this is the best we can muster. Just the one.
What about the scouts? Any more scouts?
Did you find him?
Yeah, we found him. He's dead.
Oh no. You're surely going to take us all.
I would be better if Zephyr was doing this. I checked to see if he's lying, Neil.
Yeah, of course.
I can't tell.
You know,
Well, maybe
he's
he'll
a
critical fail.
goblin. You can't trust anything they say, but also he looks absolutely terrified and he'd sell out his mother for a nickel, you know?
How far is it to your dwarven fortress from here?
It's not a dwarven fortress, but it's only a mile from here.
A mile from here.
5,280
scouts?
goblin feet.
No more scouts, no more traps.
You got us. Master, you've got us. Please
asking
let
you
me
if there's
go,
any-
or
if
let me
there's any
serve
more.
you. Let me serve you in your castle. Just get me out of this bright light.
Yes, well, if you finish my questions, you may serve in my castle.
Of course, great master. Of course.
So no more traps? If you're
None.
lying to me, he'll take your feet and eat them.
I lick my lip.
I believe every word you say. Please leave
That's-
my toesies where they are.
Obsequious Goblin was not on my bingo card.
Okay. Last chance to change your story. I won't be mad if there's more traps, but I need to know.
Oh, great master. I would never lie to you. They beat me.
Okay.
The bugbears whip me. They make me do
Well, for lunch.
unspeakable things. Do you know how to clean a bugbear's ass? Because I've had to do it.
Wait,
with
last
swabs
question.
and cloths.
Wait.
And there's so
Quiet,
much hair.
slave.
Yes, master.
Where do they keep the food that the humans gave them?
Oh, in carts and barrels. Some near the front, some in the Great Hall, some in the bugbear's den.
Okay. Is there any
How many
treasure
bugbears are there?
Any treasure?
Of course. Great and bountiful treasures. Enough to feed a society for months.
Okay. And how many bugbears are there?
And goblins, but yeah.
And goblins.
I would know this off the top of my head, but the dungeon master must count the bugbears.
Then count! That was to you now.
Yes.
Ah, to be holding the whip. Feels good.
Surely no more than 8. At this point in time, there are many more, but they're not all here. Some have gone deeper into the caverns, in the realms beyond what I can reach, and others are away in the mountain passes. There are 8 at home on this day.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
You've served as well, Goblin. What is your name?
My name is Darby.
Darby. Okay, good. My name is Riven. I'm afraid the magic that allows us to communicate will falter soon.
I'll not be able to hear your melodic voice.
No.
Oh, praise
So
the
you must,
gods.
I'll grab him by the rope and I'll bring him back to the knight. Lord Bazinga's, what's his name again?
Nicholas Babylon.
Nicholas
Babylon.
Babylon.
Babinal. Babinal.
I tell him to, if he can have like this goblin as a prisoner, and then after this whole thing, it's kind of up to them what they want to do. If they want to put him in the dungeons, they can. If they want to let him go, they can. Just don't kill him.
Sure. Babinal will assign an archer to watch over him, an archer with that has a sidearm, and they'll march the goblin in front of them.
Sweet. I check him for a whistle, Neil.
No whistle.
Okay. Good.
They only had one scout.
they only have one whistle.
All right. I say. He said some weird stuff. He reckons there's 8 bugbears left. The lair's about a mile from here. There's no more traps, no more ambushes, no more scouts. And that some of the bugbears are in the realms beyond that they cannot reach within the dwarven area, which sounds promising.
What do we think? A mile from here? Should we build the camp here then? I mean, those rocks, honestly, could be good fortification.
Yeah, look, it's not a bad position for it, but I really hate the idea of building it with a cliff above us. Is it easy enough to cross the river, Neil? And is there like a place across the river that's less overlooked by cliffs?
There are cliffs on either side. You are in a river valley.
Can we climb up to the top there?
You could climb. It will take climb rolls. You have a lot of laborers with you. Getting these 28 people up to the top of this cliff is not impossible. It may be time consuming, and it may involve the party getting split up for periods of time. But if you don't mind adding another day or so, it's definitely doable.
The problem is that it would be hard to get up there in the event of emergency.
Could I have a look at the map we were on? Is that the map we're going to be using for the approach?
No, this was just for the ambush that we did.
Okay. Well, so basically, what I would suggest is, as far away from the cliff as possible, we would build the sort of square, while not being literally in the river. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, as you can see on the map,
where we were.
There's not actually a lot of space between cliffside and embankment. It's a pretty narrow valley up here at the top of it.
There's like is maybe down here quite a good spot?
Kinda, but do you see this? I mean, the fucking goblin
first
probably
off,
lied.
you have come to a fence. Before we do anything that's beyond the fence, we need to get past the fence.
All right, I pull out my axe.
Sure.
Oh, I lagged out. I was like talking, and never mind. Keep going. You're good.
Oh,
there's a fence here. How do we get past it, everyone? Any ideas?
It is a small fence. You have no problem tearing this apart.
Just make sure there's no traps on the other side.
Yeah.
He said there were no traps, so I'll trust him. All right, I go up there, Neil, and I'm gonna smack it with my axe, and I'm gonna tear a hole in it.
Yeah,
I do not trust the goblin.
You easily make a hole in the fence. Rup, 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 rup.
Okay. I go through.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody to wait. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna check it out. Anything?
All seems fine.
All right, I go up here. I'm gonna destroy this side of the fence.
All right, you start picking apart the other side. Rest of the party?
Neil's just trolling. This is a nothing fence.
Yeah, I mean, I follow Cedric.
I tell the laborers to, once we've cleared it out, I talk to whatever the guy's name, Barry. Who was the leader again?
Berenza or Nicholas Babinal?
No, there was like a leader of the laborers.
Was it Bradley?
Bradley. It's all the B's today.
Yeah, I give Bradley the respect he deserves, and like if he's like the de facto leader of the laborers, I say, hey Bradley, once we've cleared this area out, maybe it would be good if your guys would gather up all that wood to be used, during construction. Because that fence there could be useful.
He's all on board. It's a great idea. But as this conversation is going down, from within the fenced-in area, from the shadows between the water and the cliff, is a very large scorpion. It's a very, very large scorpion. Some might even call it a giant scorpion. And it is ready because creatures have entered its domain. I will need initiative rolls from I need surprise rolls from from all the party members. Let me configure your penalties.
Oh no.
I'll just say I'm not surprised.
Not a scorpion. This is.
Oh, I'm glad you've decided that you're not, but thank you. It is not any weird environmental conditions. No penalties or bonuses across the board. Just D10s for everybody. Roll better than a 3.
8. I told you.
Yeah, you're great. You are great.
Elijah's surprised as fuck.
Nope.
No.
You're good. You're good. Zephyr,
good.
roll me. Oh, you already did.
I did. I gave you a 3. It is painful.
That was your initiative roll, though, not your surprise roll.
Oh, a surprise roll.
Yeah, I need
Sorry.
a D10.
I didn't think I would be surprised because I'm nowhere near that thing. Oh, fuck.
Well,
You're talking to Barry White. What's his name? Bradley. You're
Bradley?
talking to Bradley. Yeah, and so when the shouting begins, you're gonna have to come in on the second round because you're, wait, huh? Why is there fighting all of a sudden? And initiative rolls for everybody. Oh no, Scorpion goes badly.
Unlucky Scorpion.
I'm gonna fuck this scorpion up. I'm thinking about just shoving the scorpion into the water.
Mate, I'll tell
You know, I'm so glad those sentences ended the way that they did because they started out so fucking.
Elijah, can I get
I got you. Hold on.
Brenza
easy, it's that
is
easy.
surprised. You are at the top of the initiative. You hear the shouts of Scorpion! I'm going to move you back just a moment, Moot. And Elijah, you can start us off as you hear the cries for a scorpion.
A singular scorpion, huh? I mean, how bad could that be?
Fucking these. I don't know what this might not be, but scorpions have save or die poison, so Moot just maybe don't.
Whatever you've got. Anti-poison
You got
remedies.
18 AC. Yeah, I do. I can slow it.
Elijah calls out, Bradley, everyone, we need to go help our friends. And he's waiting for them to run ahead.
Cedric. Elijah's calling for reinforcements. It's your turn.
Yep.
Wait, me and Moot need to roll off so you goes first? Because I would like to go first.
Sure, each of you roll a second D20.
Cooked.
Okay.
Thanks for wasting my fucking roll, moron.
Sorry.
Cedric, you're so fast.
I spring into action, Neil. And I'm gonna run up here. How big is this quote-unquote giant scorpion? It doesn't look that big.
You mean it doesn't look that big? It's bigger than you.
Scorpion. The body is about 6 feet long. If you were to stretch the tail all the way out nice and flat, it'd probably stretch out to be like 10 feet long or so. Maybe a little longer.
How would this work? If I want to jump, take an attack of opportunity from his claws, and try and like hold his fucking tail so he can't strike anybody with it?
You want to
what are we
wrestle
thinking
the
about that?
tail of the scorpion?
Yeah.
Moot, just. Oh
It's
my-
fucking awesome. Yeah, you'll take an attack of opportunity, but then all you got to do is hit AC 10 on the scorpion, and then
Wait,
you know
will
you'll be
take attack of
wrestling it.
opportunity from the claws or from the
From the claws or the tail?
I think it'd be from the claws, because if the tail is coming towards you, like, you'll definitely get the claw opportunity attacks. If you fail your grapple check, you'll probably get the sting attack.
Ooh.
All right, fuck it, I'll do it. That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
He's about
All
us.
right.
Based.
The scorpion reaches out with its claws. Right claw,
Miss.
8. Left claw,
Miss.
8. You leap onto the scorpion's body, throwing your massive meaty hands round its tail. Make me an attack roll against AC 10.
Okay. Can I? Any bonuses? Any negatives here?
You're definitely charging.
Okay. All
Two
right,
for
good.
charge. 7. A modified 7. You go to grab the tail, but it's sort of like bobbing, and when you think it's going to be here, all of a sudden it swings back, whap, and comes forward with the sting. It's a 19. It's a
hit.
modified 24. It stings the shit out of you for it's a
Oh,
critical
fuck.
hit. You'll take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh no. That's bad. That's only 2 points.
It's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have slow poison, so.
Okay.
Oh good.
Well,
You can die tomorrow instead.
we'll see what happens. Now, your slow poison, if I recall correctly, it's a consecration or a ward or something. It requires
we'll
the
figure it
person
out.
who's
I'm not
slowed
sure.
to be lying flat on the ground and lower their
takes an
slow
hour
their
to
heart
prepare.
rate. Riven
Oh, there we go.
Thornleaf, it's your turn.
Is the scorpion not currently being held by Cedric?
That is correct. Cedric has failed to grapple the scorpion's tail. He's actually probably back over here on its flank.
How fast is the river?
Not crazy fast, especially in a pool like this.
I think it would like do damage if the scorpion was pushed into the river.
No, not immediately.
So I think it would like, would it get like drawn down the river and over the rocks though?
In theory, unless it passed whatever checks it needed to get out.
Where did it come from? Did it come from the water or did it come from the rocks?
You saw the scorpion when it was here.
I could push it into the water with Ball of Force, which strikes me as a good chance to use the spell.
It would definitely
It's in-
disengage the scorpion from the dude in front of you.
Yeah. I think I do that. I cast Ball of Force. I might move 5 feet, Neil, to get a slightly better angle. And then I try and
Excellent.
smash it into the rocks here.
It makes a saving throw versus spell and fails miserably, being shoved how far?
120 feet.
Ooh. So our scorpion will get pushed as far back as it can until it runs into the base of this waterfall over here. Now, that's not the same as just being pushed into the middle of the river. This is being pushed into the section of waterfall where the water is pushing you down underneath the other areas in and amongst rocks. This is a different beast than just the middle of the water. We're going to continue this combat, and it's going to get very scary. The scorpion is now being pushed and churned and turned in the moray that is this waterfall. It does deserve a check of some kind to escape. But scorpions are not known for their agility. I don't think they're known for their strong water survival skills. So I'm just going to roll this back over here. But a natural 20, it doesn't matter what the skill is, the scorpion emerges. 50% chance for one bank, 50% chance for the other bank.
To the back.
It actually rolls a 1 on the D10. It emerges on this side of the shore.
Well, I'm out of spells. So.
Elijah Evans. I should probably merge right
Oh,
here.
well, we're spending all of our spells on this measly little scorpion, but
It's just killed Cedric.
it's not. He's not gonna die.
Probably not.
He's fine. All right. Looks like none of these fuckers are gonna move up. So
Potato needs rolling as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was the end. Whoops. I was like waiting for someone to say, roll it. Boop, boop. Jesus.
I'll just use all my movement to sprint over 60 feet.
You can do 120 feet if you'd like.
True. I can do that, but then I'd be right in front of the scorpion, and then what do I
Totally.
do?
Yeah.
Nah, give me like.
Shipment.
Oh, wait a minute.
What's
1 second, sorry. What is the 5 yards per level? Fuck me.
You can't move that fast and cast anyways.
Yeah. I can't move 60 feet in cast, right? I can only move
No.
like 5 feet in cast, we said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to position. Okay. Is there a way for the character sheets for the spells to just automatically consider my level and just show the range and durations in that?
No.
Okay. Is there can we at least unify between yards and feet?
Well, you just do the multiplication, bro.
Just
Yeah,
just do
times 3
just
or
do the
whatever.
math in your head. I thought European education was really good.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, so 5 yards per level. It's what, 15 feet per level?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 60 feet. Okay. Easy. I'll move here.
All right.
Seems like a good vantage point.
Seems great. And you know what? The enemy is within range of whatever spell you wanted to do next. Cedric, you've been stung by this creature. At the end of this round, you need to make a saving throw versus poison, unless you can do something to stop it.
I can't.
Make this fucking save, bro. For real.
Yeah, I'd like to. All right, I mean,
Can you bless
Can
yourself
I-
to give yourself a bonus?
I'm already blessed.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna ready an attack if it comes forward.
I think your bless has probably worn off by now, right? Didn't you make it attacks against creatures and?
Bless is only for strength checks, dex checks.
Ooh,
or
the next
your
saving throw or stat check. You have not made a stat check, or okay.
Nope.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna ready an attack, and then yeah.
What does it give you when you're saving throw?
+1.
+1.
Oh man, what's your poison save?
We'll find out.
A 10 or better. +1.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
All right, guys, I gotta go feed my dogs. I'll be right back.